height and has a fantastic view of Niagara Falls. Canada's latest and greatest Ferris wheel recently got spinning, and we were there to see it come together. It's the kind of day Rob Capitano has been dreaming of. A big blue sky, calm winds, and an enthusiastic team.
Right now we're trying to weld this cable onto the structure that allows for lightning protection.
Yeah, everything's on time and on schedule, so.
Capitano is the project manager for Hoco Resorts and Entertainment. He's in the middle of a 10-day fast-track plan to erect the largest Ferris wheel in Canada. And today, Capitano is overseeing one of the most critical stages of construction.
We're going to be hoisting the main A-frame of the wheel, which is the tower legs, and then we'll be lifting the main axle and dragging the east two legs out towards us.
This Ferris wheel is the centerpiece of an ambitious plan to turn Niagara Falls into a world-class entertainment complex. It will be about the same height as a 17-story building with great views of the falls. It will have climate-controlled gondolas and a state-of-the-art computer program. But first things first.
We have two cranes, one to lift the main axle. That's a 500-ton crane, and it has counterweights to balance it so that it doesn't tip over. And then there's going to be another in the front ground here, and that's what's going to drag it outwards towards us. And hopefully it's going to land right on these two bearing pads at this location.
The plan sounds deceptively simple.
Really, unless the crane tips over, there's not a lot that can potentially go wrong. The main critical point would be lifting it and getting the axle up in place, and then everything is built up around there.
You let the other guy down easy.
We've had quite an army of people looking after this. Once the wheel is actually up, there's still quite a bit of work to dress it up. There's probably all in all maybe 100 construction workers.
But right now, what happens next falls on the shoulders of only 2 people.
Actually, it's only going to take 2 guys to lift it. And those are the 2 crane operators. And all this planning into one moment, eh?
There's no such thing as a rehearsal. They have one go at it. If the angles aren't exact, if the cranes aren't in the correct place, if the booms aren't long enough, if there's not enough slack on the jib, the whole maneuver could be in trouble.
Well, right now they've lifted the main axle to its full height, and they're dragging out the 2 legs. Basically, they're extending them out. At the same time, they'll be pulling the axle over.
And then something unexpected happens.
You know, when we were all standing there and we seen it come over, and it made a couple creaks and everybody ran. So yeah, there's definitely no rehearsal. But you know, it was scary when some of the debris, it made that snap, right? The cable's coming down. The creak on the cable. I thought the cable was going to snap.
What they heard was a sign that the crane boom was at its maximum lift, and it still wasn't high enough. This small miscalculation throws everything off kilter. They're close, but not close enough.
They're waiting to make the pin line up, and now they're going to work on the other side.
I mean, it was the first time we had done one of these, so it was an exercise in learning.
Cranes are always positioned to take into account the height and weight of the load in relation to how far the crane sits from the lift. It's similar physics to holding something heavy right above your head or holding it with your arm extended.
Should have been boomed out further, right? Should have been boomed out further.
Yeah. Well, we're not going to try it again.
No, but I mean, it's kind of, I mean, it'll get there, but
yeah.
It's kind of...
It's a little off kilter.
The crane, if you look at the top, was out of boom. Jib is at the top of where the cables go through the pulleys. The pulley is all the way at the top and can't go any higher. So it was not able to pull anymore from where it was at. So they're correcting that by extending the boom out and lowering the cable to reposition it, and that'll allow them to pick this leg easier.
So first they try to adjust the crane boom ever so slightly, inch by inch, to see if things fall in place.
We're gonna stick out some bolts. So keep an eye on your chokers so they don't go flat. Yeah, stay there where he can see you.
He's going to come right off the load again.
Well, he's sticking out some boom, but he should hold the load while he's doing it.
Right now, these workers are standing underneath tons of weight, being suspended by just 2 cranes. and they're trying to decide how to make these angles work.
Just say you need to stick out a little bit more boom. This whole thing needs to be tipped a bit. You need some more boom for that. Move this whole tower's got to move a little bit. Not a problem. It'll be done in a second.
That's lined up now.
Lined up perhaps, but inserting the pin proves to be difficult. They call in the backup team, a forklift driver, a few pieces of wood, even a hydraulic pump.
Okay, one shackle, fellas.
Yeah, there's two. One more time.
Then they pin the second leg in position.
Once both pins are in place, then the main lifting cranes can start to release.
But the cranes, machines and other man-made devices can't finish the job. Instead, they turn to good old-fashioned human force.
They're brutal, those guys.
Maybe good working.
The power of human strength and ingenuity can never be underestimated. And for Rob Capitano, it's one memorable day on the journey to turn Niagara Falls into something much more than just a pretty place.